right, guys, we got another good one. We got another good one. So we're gonna be reacting to Larry Bird gets trashed by the NBA media, right? So we're continuing the Larry Bird series. I hope you guys are enjoying the series, and definitely continue to give your recommendations down and the comment section. But I came across these videos. They were on my timeline, to be honest, and I'm not gonna tolerate no Larry Bird disrespect, no OG basketball disrespect, honestly, from no modern player. I'm gonna be honest. So without further ado, let's
One
jump
debate
right
I've been
in.
seeing get pushed a lot recently is Kevin Durant versus Larry Bird. And on social media, YouTube, a lot of the younger fans, current NBA fans, think KD actually is the better player and greater player. And one guy arguing in Kevin Durant's favor is our favorite dude, that being Gilbert Arenas on Shannon Sharp's podcast.
You got him in the top 10 now?
I mean, by the time he's done, I mean, is Larry Bird in the top 10?
Yeah.
Then he better than Larry Bird.
This has to stop. This has to stop. KD is not better than Larry Bird. KD is not better than Larry Bird. Bro, come on, man. Yeah, we could talk about his skill sets, his stats and everything, but it all comes down to one thing and one thing only. Why did you leave a team to join a team that was already established? That was already a dynasty. Why did you leave to go join that team, bro? No, you don't come to me with none of that. Don't come to me with none of that. Yeah, you got the points, you got the stats, you got everything. This is the weak era. This is a soft era of basketball. Come on, man. Let's use our eyes. Larry Bird is an all-around player. If KD was an all-around player, what stats shows that? He'll get probably triple doubles here and there, but the way that Larry Bird plays the game and the way that Kevin Durant plays the game is totally different. It's two different things. Two different players. I've heard about those debates too. Kevin Durant versus Larry Bird. Come on, man. I don't even think Kevin Durant can handle the trash talking of Larry Bird in a one-on-one situation. Come on, man. Let's be honest. And then as a defender, I know Kevin Durant is probably like a 7-footer, maybe almost the same height, 6'10", 6'11", something like that. But Larry Bird's a better defender than Kevin Durant.
I mean, all I know is Larry Bird got 3 consecutive MVPs with 3 titles and 2 finals MVPs.
Yeah, I mean, you know, in the year where your team is dominant.
And hold on, he got him in the era with Magic, Kareem, and Jordan. Now, you told me Jordan ran the 80s, but I know a white guy that could not run a snail and could not jump Ash.
Yeah.
And Ash got 4 left feet.
But it's the team. The team was dominant.
So stopping
The team was dominant. Why are these people always jumping around the bush to not acknowledge, yeah, the team were dominant because of Larry Bird's impact? We can't forget the coach. We can't forget, everybody contributing to putting the team and assembling the team. But at the end of the day, who's on the court? Who's leading the pack? Who's leading the way? Larry Bird, and everybody else is following. Bruh, he made his teammates better.
the first erroneous point from Gilbert is saying twice, it was the team. It was the team that was dominant. Somehow trying to imply the team being great because of Larry Bird takes away from Bird and his overall ability. It makes zero sense. And for some context with Bird, Boston before him was in a basketball wasteland, as the 2 years prior lost 50 games and 53. In that 2-year time period, the worst combined record in the league. And looking at rookie Bird coming fresh into the NBA to that 29-win team, instantly improved him to 61 games. And many forget Bird that year finished 4th in MVP voting.
Right. Hold on. Dang, I wish I got that full list of the MVPs. I knew there was some bias. I know there's some bias in that list, because he could have easily won MVP and Rookie of the Year in the same year. But honestly, look at the impact here. I'm not saying, of course, it's always like a generational talent. A player comes in and make that type of impact on the team, a turnaround on an organization. I mean, of course, you got to give respect where respect is due. The team 2 years ago were barely winning. And then 2 years after, coming into the league, and then coming into the league with Magic and all these other players, and the rivalry and et cetera, et cetera. The league would not be where it is today without Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, and also the Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers. The disrespect cannot, it's crazy.
Impacting all of his teammates in the win column is simply idiotic. But like always, consider the source, as Gilbert Arenas was a me-first player, not a team-first player. And if you look at Larry Bird's 3 MVPs and boil down to his team being dominant, you're simply a fool. Look at those combined stats, those 3 MVPs. 26 points, 10 boards, nearly 7 assists on 53-9 and 89 splits. And don't get me wrong, Bird's teams, they were great, and talent-wise, had tons of talent. But why those Boston teams were so dominant, so great? Was it purely because of talent, or because of Larry Bird impacting his players? From guys like McHale, Parrish, Walton, even Dennis Johnson, Danny Ainge, who had career years playing alongside Bird. If being a dominant team, a great team, was just about pure talent, why is Kevin Durant in Phoenix, Brooklyn, and OKC have a combined 0 championships, despite his rosters being stacked nearly every single season? Talent.
Great point. Great point. What impact has KD? Bro, let's get it. What kind of impact has KD had? Yeah, he was in OKC. You know, the Russell Westbrooks, the James Hardens, the Serge Ibaka, Kendrick Perkins, list can go on and on. Did it translate to championships? Did it translate? He got a couple MVPs and OKC. He was in Brooklyn, nothing happened. Phoenix, nothing happened. I think, is he in Houston now or something like that? All the teams that he's been on. But why did you join the Golden State Warriors? This is the thing that I'm talking about. There's no competitiveness. In the modern NBA, if you can't beat them, you join them. Back in the days, is play against the best. It's crazy. It's crazy. Disgusting, man. Ain't no way I'm touching a remote to put on, and all this streaming stuff now too, man. Prime, ESPN, what is it, Peacock, whatever it is. It's just trash. They try to, make it international, and then I don't even know what's going on with, All-Star is trash on the decline.
But to be a great team, an all-time great team, you need a great leader like a Larry Bird who made all of his teammates better.
Right? You remember he has 3.
He wasn't dominant.
He had 3 championships, 2 finals MVPs because someone got another MVP because he choked in that final, but they won.
Yes,
right? So,
yes, he scored 8 points, but people forget that. But see, they're too young to remember that he scored 8 points twice. Cornbread Maxwell in 81 won the finals MVP.
Yeah.
I'm old enough to remember because Larry Bird was my favorite player.
Yes.
So when I talk, listen to me now.
The 1981 finals is a very odd series. As looking at the Celtics, a very well-balanced team with tons of depth. And Bird supposedly choking in this series, while he didn't play great, it's the farthest thing from a choke job. As in total, averaged 15 points, second on the team, 15 boards, by far first, 7 assists, also first, and 2 steals, again first. This series top to bottom, looking at Boston and Houston, was about teams and balance, as even Moses Malone, one of the best centers in NBA history, only averaged 22 points on 40% shooting. And saying Bird in the series somehow choked is the furthest thing from the truth and absolutely laughable. As even when Bird scored 8 points in Game 3, in that game Boston still won and Bird himself had a triple-double. And after Game 4 in the series was tied 2 games apiece in a 1 series, Bird in the final 2 games averaged 20 points, the highest on the team, 12.5 boards, also the highest, and nearly 7 assists, also the highest. And in a pivotal Game 6 for Bird's first championship, had 27 points, also a game high, on 55% shooting. If you want to say Bird played badly 2 games, go ahead and say that. But to say he choked this series, I can't accept that.
Yeah, facts. He choked. Where did he choke? This is the thing. They're going to use these words to promote their their agenda, to try to, help their quote unquote perspective or whatever they're talking about. But honestly, if I could go back to the stats that he just showed up, 8 points, yes, but he was contributing in other areas of this is annoying.
Now, if you want to talk about choke jobs choking away a series, look no further than Kevin Wayne Durant. 2010 vs. the Lakers, the series was tied 2-2 in the first round. KD in the last 2 games averaged 21.5 points on sub 30% shooting. Choke job. The 2011 West Finals.
He's bringing the receipts. He's bringing the receipts. Let's go.
Versus Dallas, which OKC was favored in. In the final 3 games, lost all 3 games, with KD himself averaging 25 points, 4 turnovers on sub 40% shooting. 2013 vs. Memphis in the second round got absolutely clamped by Tony Allen final 3 games of that series, as in those games, averaged 24 points, 5 turnovers on 31% shooting. Those series right there are actual choke jobs when the superstar flamed out in pivotal games. And if you want to talk flame out in pivotal games, the creme de la creme, the biggest choke job in NBA history, was in the 2016 Western Conference Finals. If you want to say Bird 81 choked in the finals, go ahead and say that. But I'll give you a warning. Tread very, very lightly, because this list right here is on the beginning of KD's choke jobs in his postseason career.
You know, so Larry Bird dominated in his right, but you got to remember, let's not forget that the 80s wasn't the 80s was drugged up, right? Them players I can burn past a crackhead, right? A crackhead was not hard to get by. Half those dudes were trying to hurry up and get to the next fix, right?
What the
So he out there having a good old time with the boys out there. So
now, stopping it right there, a common debate tactic that's just such a weak move is downplaying an entire.
For him to make a comment like that is, I'm getting a little pissed just listening at these freaking idiots just talk. Brother.
Decade of basketball. And Gilbert doing this is quite literally the only way you can argue Kevin Durant is actually better than Bird. But if you know NBA history of the 1980s, in terms of overall talent, was completely loaded. I'm looking at small forwards specifically, which Bird was competing against. I would heavily argue this era had the best overall talent of small forwards. I mean, for starters, Dominique Wilkins, a walking 30 points per game, Adrian Dantley, also a 30 bomb, Alex English, always in the high 20s, Kiki Vandeweghe, an absolute bucket, George the Iceman Gervin, Mark Aguirre averaged 24 points for the decade. You had Bernard King, a beast post and pre-injury, Terry Cummings, a walking 20 and 10, Xavier McDaniels, Bobby Jones, Marcus Johnson, Larry Nance, James Worthy, and of course, Julius the Dr. Irving. That is the small forward talent from just the 1980s. And if you want to go one step further, in terms of dynasties, all-time great teams, again, the 80s was stacked. Of course, the Lakers, 8 finals trips, 5 championships, were a perennial 60-win team. The 76ers, Dr. J, then added Moses Malone and became unstoppable. As in 83, won 65 games and went 12-1 en route to the championship. And of course, later on, the Bad Boy Pistons, a mini dynasty that went 3 straight finals and won back-to-back titles. The fact Bird from 81 to 86 not only won 3 championships, but also 3 MVPs versus those players and those teams is simply remarkable, and quite frankly, is more impressive than anything Kevin Durant has ever done.
If you're going to accolade it or point it, whatever, Kevin Durant is still going to be in front. We're looking at Kevin Durant like you joined him to win, but you have to do this too.
No, that alone solidifies his whole career. I don't care what people say. Him doing that solidified his whole career, bro. Come on, man. What are we talking about? A player that joined a organization 1979, turned that organization around, won 3 chips, won 3 MVPs consecutively, finals MVP, 50, 40, 90. The list can go on versus somebody. Yeah, he could put the numbers up. He could score the ball, of course. But I only know KD as a scorer. I don't know KD as improving and making his teammates better. I don't know KD as, he'll be clutch here and there, but those choke jobs, yeah, they carry weight. And then you leave the team that beat, you leave the team that you lost to. No, I'm saying it wrong. I know I'm saying it wrong. I'm trying to find a way to say this. You join a team that you join a team that you lost to. Need I say more? I don't need to say anything else, man.
Two of Steph Curry's championship came because of Kevin Durant too.
So right there, the debate
because he joined a team that was already established. They built from within, from the draft. They had Klay Thompson, David Lee at the time, Andrew Bogut, Harrison Barnes, Draymond Green. They was already established. There was already a dynasty. Come on, man.
kind of shifted to Kevin Durant's legacy and joining Steph Curry. I don't know if Kevin Durant's paying Gilbert under the table, whatever it is, but for this guy to say with a straight face, well, Kevin Durant, he really didn't join Steph because Steph won 2 championships with KD. One of the most idiotic things I've ever heard. Look, it's plain and simple, written in stone. KD in 2016 lost to Steph in embarrassing fashion and joined him one of the weakest moves of all time. That's written in stone and it's not changing. And the most damning fact of all that blows that entire narrative up, Golden State, 2 years before Kevin Durant, were already NBA champions. And 4 years after him, were again champions. Look at Bird's Celtics 2 years before him. They were a piss-poor 32-win team. And 4 years after him, very similar at 33 wins. And look, if Durant post-Golden State had multiple championships, a couple of MVPs, was on an absolute roll, I'd give it up to him. But since Golden State, it's been nothing but turmoil. The truly great players, all-timers, like a Curry, a Bird, yes, they had talented rosters. But what they did with their teams, organizations, is uplift them, and in most cases, rebuild them. Kevin Durant in his career hasn't built anything. Anything he's tried to build has the structural integrity of a 2-day-old sandcastle.
I don't know how you put KD in front of him.
KD is not a true leader. KD is not a true leader. Come on, man. He's not in the same conversation or the same level as Larry Bird.
This present time.
Because of the totality of it.
Well, I think the thing is what hurts your and his argument is that KD was on a team that was up 3-1 and Curry came back. Curry has 4 titles and 2 of them without him. And he out MVP'd him. So I'm just trying to figure the argument. Even if you say, well, he's a better player, what's your argument? He can do things that Curry can't?
Mm-hmm. Everything.
Except win titles.
Lies. Curry won before KD won after KD. Curry is a better scorer. Of course, he's not a better rebounder, but he can rebound, and a better passer.
Without Curry.
Yeah, but I mean,
Look, not the biggest fan of Shannon Sharp, but right here this dude was spot on. And he caught Gilbert Arenas red-handed. His only response was,
but
waffling, had nowhere to go. And look, I don't blame him. Arguing KD's better than Bird, better than Steph, is a very hard and uphill battle. And when arguing KD's favor, where can you really go? Gilbert said, quote, the totality of KD's career puts him ahead of Steph. I'm just sitting here thinking, what totality? Stats-wise, Curry at his peak, more impactful, better offensive player. MVPs, Curry has the better MVP in terms of finals runs with and without Kevin Durant, has surpassed him. Championships, has more, and the finals, won numerous times without a super team. KD's 2 major accolades, that being his finals MVPs, are directly attached to Steph Curry's hip.
The basketball players, because it seems like the criteria change if I like a player. Because if I like the player, rings don't matter. Mm-hmm. And if I don't, they matter.
Mm-hmm. But that's how it is. We're going to always look at the negative on somebody's, we're going to look on the negative if we don't like them, right?
So that right there is our last clip. And in kind of a full circle ironic moment, Gilbert now all of a sudden has respect for eras and thinks certain players get the negative slant with the media and fans. Why that's ironic is because Gilbert's opening argument of Kevin Durant being better than Bird was downplaying Larry's entire era. I think this video is important for a couple of reasons. Because any average Joe out there can get on a mic, hop on YouTube and say, yeah, KD is better than Bird, more talented, played in a harder era. Anyone can say that. But defending that, making your case off facts, is a very hard thing to do. In this video, hopefully, I did that for Larry Legend. So,
bro, come on. Let's be honest. Yes, Celtics teams, they made moves. They had great players. They had great teams surrounded around Larry Bird. But come on, man. Let's go down the list. OKC, you had Russell Westbrook. You had James Harden. You had Serge Ibaka. Kevin Martin too. I think he was on that team, if not mistaken. Kendrick Perkins. That team didn't do anything. They actually broke up. Then, of course, shifted on to the Warriors. That team was already stacked. That team was already assembled. They already had the best player, which was Steph Curry. But he's an unselfish player. Now, after that, where did he go? Brooklyn? Was it Brooklyn? And then when he went to Brooklyn, it was Kyrie Irving, James Harden. They didn't do anything there. Phoenix, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant. I think Chris Paul. Bradley Beal. Can't believe I'm listing, man, nothing there. Come on, man. We stop it. The facts are right there in front of us. I'm gonna jump around. I gotta jump into the comment sections for this one, man. I got what we got. What do we have here? It says the team was great. KD literally joined the 73 win team. Yep, facts. Oh yeah. Using Chuck's analogy, KD is the bus driver while Bird is bus driver. Huh? Wait. KD is a bus driver. Wow. Oh my God. My head. Guys, comment down below about that comment. But here's another great comment. You guys are just amazing when you guys comment facts. Larry was the reason the NBA was saved. Facts. KD was one of the reasons the NBA is dying. He's one of the reasons the NBA is dying. I gotta say this, and I gotta say this, man. The star players are supposed to represent this association, but the way that they're acting is destroying the association. Bro, it's definite fact. Larry Bird saved the NBA along with Magic, along with MJ, and then it's being destroyed right in front of us. Bro, Gilbert should not be allowed to talk about basketball. He never led his team past the second round. Ooh. Okay, facts. That's what I'm talking about. That when he made that comments about the crackheads or like the players being crackheads in the 80s, that was just disrespectful at its highest core, bro. Gilbert is a fool. Bird was cooking the best defenders in the league. Yep. At those times, the best play against the best. The best don't go join the best. That's just trash. 80s probably had the best players any decade ever in NBA. That's very true too. KD's always wants to trade, but Bird dedicated his life to the Boston Celtics. I dedicated myself to Boston Celtics. Yep. The disrespect Bird gets baffling. True. You need a good team to win a title. You can't win a title without help around you. But KD had Curry, Thompson, Green to win 2 championships. Curry won an MVP, and I don't think anyone up in Bird was ever in an MVP conversation, let alone win one. Facts. The teams were dominant. Boston Celtics teams with Larry Bird were dominant because of Larry Bird's leadership, Larry Bird's ability to improve the players around him. Come on, man. Oh, these are good. These are really good, guys. Comment down your thoughts down below. Like the video. on your way out. And stay tuned for some more reactions. Damn, these videos are having my blood boil right now. All right, guys, peace.